as Christians, we can mistake zeal and passion being so similar that we justify some of our actions and attitudes that really are from sinful passions. For we mistake those sinful passions for what we would like to label as zeal for the Lord and for the gospel. And just thinking about, and this is not a well thought out thought necessarily, but when Jesus says that for those who have faith like a mustard seed, the smallest of the seeds in the garden is what he said, but he wasn't necessarily literally talking about the smallest seed, but from that, he says that, we would grow up into a bush or a plant where the birds could nest and land. And that picture, though, of faith growing into a established individual or church, take them, we could, illustrate both the individual Christian who has been saved by God and who has been transformed and is being transformed by the Holy Spirit for sanctification. That individual and the body itself who are being, knit together and growing so that they might be perfect and complete. And I'm paraphrasing a lot of different scriptures here, but that picture of that plant where birds are able to come and land and find peace and shelter and care. I think is good for us to think about godly zeal and zeal for the gospel and zeal for the Lord himself, primarily, that we are worshiping the one true God who is ruler and sustainer and sovereign over all things, including pandemics, including financial crisis, including any crisis that we label crisis. God is fully and solely in control of all of it. And for us as Christians, myself included at different times, can get so frustrated with desiring for other people to have peace and assurance and salvation that I can almost get so passionate about that it becomes or that passion really is a sinful passion. It is a fleshly passion that just gets frustrated and so desirous for people to know and believe in Jesus Christ so that they would worship him the way that he deserves to be worshiped, so that they would conform their lives to him and to his word because that's right and good and true. That zeal or that passion really isn't the zeal that the Lord looks for. He is looking for me to rest in him, to trust in him, to continue to obey him, and that includes, sharing the gospel with people. But I'm looking at each morning. I like to, or especially the mornings where I don't have to work, I like to come out and sit on the front porch and pray and just look at the creation around me. And I like watching birds. And I put in a little fish pond here recently. So just listening to the water, listening to the birds, sit rocking on the rocking chair on the front porch. I'm an old man. But there's a peace, a calmness, something that draws me in to this time and this place. And I think that that's what the Lord's talking about when he says that faith should develop and grow into a plant, a bush, a tree that others would desire to be around and to be welcome to. And the world around us doesn't need more, psychotic, passionate people. They need people who are truthful and honest, genuine, sincere, caring, understanding. They need Jesus. But for those of us who are ambassadors for Christ, the aroma that we're putting off for the Lord would be one that is zealous for Him. But that zealousness is also a calm and a peaceful, compassionate, again, true individual who's been called by God and been granted salvation and assurance and peace. People need to know that they can have peace, that they can have salvation, that they can be sons of the Most High God, the one true God, that He knows us and He loves us and He cares for us.